Baltimore, hey, it's good to be back home again. We made it back to Moncton, Maryland. Debbie's home, and she nursed me back to health. While convalescing, I put titles and dates on the poetry she'd been typing all winter. I healed in about a month, probably from being off the road and indoors as much as everything else. Debbie fixed health foods and gave me lots of vitamins. She lectured me on my unhealthy habits and made me walk a lot. Remember, she was right and I was wrong. Debbie galloped racehorses every morning at some obnoxious hour like 4:30 or 5 o'clock. As I was feeling better, I started going to Pimlico Racetrack with her. It was great. I got to sit in the stands and the back track and watch the riders exercise the horses. There was a restaurant there that made a great bacon and egg sandwich and racetrack coffee. I'd sit and watch the ponies fly in the wind as the morning dew would dry on the grass and the sun would rise over the track. It's a feeling that makes you feel like you've been given free information about racetrack life that no one else is allowed to know, the trainers, the owners, the riders, and the grooms. The old black grooms were like some part of the deep South that never died after the Civil War. They knew things about horses that no one else knew. How to heel, lessons that were passed down from horse handlers from antebellum deep South. Poultices and salves made from herbs and ointments made from Lord only knows what. They could talk to the horses and the horses calmed right down. The communication between the horse and the old groom was a thing to see. Debbie communicates with all animals that way except mankind. The animals somehow know what she wants and gives it to her. It's Irish magic, and I've never known another person who had it like she has. Oh, it's like music and art. It's a gift. You're either born with it or you'll never have it. That's the only way I knew that Debbie had the gift. I can see other people's gifts because I have a gift also. Mine is my music and ability to communicate through it. The trick is, never take advantage of the gift. If you do, you'll lose your magic. I've lost a lot of great women, but never lost my magic ability to give the gift. I hope I never do. I've known people who have walked away from their gifts and they never get it back, not all the way. I've also known people who have used their gift for personal gain. They don't last long. They seem to hit the wall at full speed. I'll never do that. I've never gone full speed. I'm slow, but steady. There's a lot to be learned from the turtles. Debbie worked the track and I hit the road for Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. I took the circuit south toward the ocean and southwest toward the mountains, and sometime during the summer my nephew Brian, my brother Ray's oldest son, called from Nashville and left word for me to contact him. And when I finally touched base with Brian, he said, "Uncle John, I think it's time for you to think about recording some of those road songs. Now remember, Nashville, Los Angeles, New York, and Austin, Texas is not my dream." But Brian said he thought I needed to come to Tennessee and let him produce my first album. He thought I could do it with his help for about $3,000. I said, "I'll talk to Debbie and see what she says," and Debbie and I talked about it at great length, and she wanted to lay out of school before starting vet school. Her graduation had taken place that spring, and she wasn't ready to take the exams for entrance to vet school. She said she needed an adventure. I said, "Well, maybe we should go." We started planning and took off with the Scallywag and her old Volkswagen. She followed me to Nashville. When I started this book, I talked about my first wife, Carla. I need to fill in a gap that you need to know that I left out. I hope you don't mind while I go back to the year of 1973.